Hi, I'm Stephanie from the Kenton County Public Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make a DIY robot hand. Did you know that DIY stands for Do It Yourself? Well, that's just what we're going to do today. The DIY robot hand is a simple and inventive engineering activity that teaches about the world of robotics. With just 3 common items, straws, paper, and string, you can create a moving, bendable robot hand. This activity encourages exploration of robotics, engineering, and creative thinking, making it an ideal STEAM activity. This is a perfect example of the interconnectedness of arts and technology. Not only does this activity encourage engineering exploration and scientific inquiry about robot technology, but it also requires you to think creatively about designing and building your own robotic hand. Here are the materials that you'll need. 1 piece of cardstock paper, 2 to 3 standard size drinking straws. I'm showing you more than you'll need and in many colors so that it's easy to see in this video. You'll also need a straw that's wider than the others. Sometimes they call this a smoothie straw. Scissors, a pencil, although I'm going to be drawing in marker today so that you can see my work in the video. Yarn or string, you'll need 5 pieces, and I'm using 5 different colors so that it's easy to see in my work in the video. You'll also need tape and a ruler. Let's get started by making the hand. We're going to take our cardstock paper, we're going to take our pencil or our marker, and I'm recommending that you use an adult-sized hand because it's a larger size. When you put your hand or the adult's hand on the cardstock, you want to make sure that the fingers are close together, just enough so that you can get the pencil or marker around the fingers. You don't want it to look like a Thanksgiving Day turkey art craft. So keep your fingers close together and start tracing. Make sure you leave a little room down at the bottom for the wrist area. Just like this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our hand out with our scissors. And there we have it. The next thing that you'll do is you will take your hand and you'll put the adult hand back on the paper hand, and you're going to mark the location of the knuckles on each of the fingers, just like this. This is important because this is how your robot hand will bend. Just like this. Now we're going to lightly fold at our knuckles, at our knuckle joints. We don't want it to be all the way folded down. We want it to look as close to our hand, a human hand, as we can get. So we're gonna just lightly fold all the fingers and the thumb at our marked locations. This will also help in the next part because that will help us put where we're going to put the straws on. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your straws, your standard size drinking straws, and your pencil and your ruler. And you're going to cut the drinking straws into pieces. So we're going to start with the purple straw that I have, and we're going to mark 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch pieces all the way down the straw. We need 9 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more. Keeping it right on the 1/4 inch lines. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut our straw on those marked lines. And with the tiny cuts that we're doing, sometimes the straw likes to go flying across the room. Like that one just did. So we'll find our pieces. And remember, we need 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. I'm going to corral these in a cup just to keep them near. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to measure and cut 1/2 inch pieces of another straw. And we're going to need 5 of them for our robot hand. So right here at the 1/2 inch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to cut those. Right on the line. And these will go flying as well. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's get our pieces. We need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 1/2 inch pieces. Corral those in there for us. The next thing we're going to do is we need one 1-inch piece. So I'm going to use this green straw. I'm going to mark it on my ruler at 1 inch, and then I'm going to cut it. Just need one of these, and I didn't think that would go flying, but there it went. 1-inch piece. And then the next and final piece that we're going to do with the drinking straws is we are going to cut and measure 2 1/4 inch pieces of my orange straw, and we're actually going to need 4 of those. So I'm going to measure and mark 2 1/4 inch, 2 1/4 inch, 2 1/4 inch, and 2 1/4 inch. It's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and cut this straw up. It does not matter if you use the bendy portion of the straw. It doesn't matter if your straws have bendy portions. There's my 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we need them open, top and bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our wider straw or our smoothie straw, and we're going to measure 1.5 inches. 1.5, and I'm going to mark it, and I'm going to cut it. There is our 1.5 inch piece of our smoothie straw. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to tape our straws onto our hand. Now we're ready to tape our straws onto our paper hand. Make sure that you leave space between the straws. Starting at the tip of the fingers and the thumb, follow these guidelines. For the thumb, we're going to use 2 of the 1/2 inch pieces. And I have tape already cut. One piece. Two pieces. And then I need the 1 inch piece that I cut, and it's going to be on the palm of my hand, just below the thumb. Just like that. Now we can move on and we can go to the index finger. The index finger, we're going to use 1/4 piece, 1/2 piece, 1/4 piece, and then a 2 1/4 piece. Here we go. These are very, very small pieces. Moving on to our 1/4 piece, down at the knuckle. Okay, there we go. You just want to, if there's extra tape hanging off, bend it over. And here is our 2 1/4 inch piece that we're going to place on the palm of the hand below our index finger. Just like that. Okay, now moving on to our tall man or middle finger, we're going to use a 1/4 piece, a 1/2 inch piece, another 1/4 inch piece, and we need a 2 1/4 inch pieces. These are the pieces that we're going to use for our tall man or our middle finger. First, we're going to start with our 1/4 inch piece. Then our 1/2 inch piece. Then our 1/4 inch piece. And then our 2 1/4 inch piece on the palm of the hand, just below our straws on our tall man or middle finger. We're more than halfway there. All right, next we're gonna do our ring finger. And for our ring finger, we need 3 1/4 inch pieces. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, and we need to make sure that it's open on both ends. There we go. And we need our 2 1/4 inch piece that we're going to put on the palm. Okay. I'm sorry, we are going to use a 1/2 inch piece in the middle. I'm sorry, not 3 of the purple pieces. We're going to use a 1/2 inch piece in the middle, and then a 1/4 inch piece near the knuckle, okay, and then our 2 1/4 inch piece goes on the palm, just below that. So let's review. For ring man, we're going to use 1/4 inch at the tip, 1/2 inch in the middle, and 1/4 inch at the knuckle. Then our 2 1/4 piece on the palm. Now we're ready to move on to our pinky or our little finger. This is the finger that we're going to use all 3 of the small 1/4 inch pieces, as well as 1 2 1/4 inch piece that will be placed on the palm of the hand. And here we are. Let's go ahead and get this started. We'll start with our straw at the tip of our finger. And if the tape is too long, just go ahead and wrap it around the finger. I'm making my pieces a little bit smaller than what would come off. Okay, just like that. Again, we don't want them to touch. And our last 1/4 inch piece. And finally, our 2 1/4 inch piece. Oh, stuck to the table. There we go. Here we are. We have all of our straws, but we're missing 1 straw. Now we need our smoothie straw. Our smoothie straw is going to go in the middle of the wrist area, just like this. And all the finger straws will lead down to the smoothie straw. Here is our hand. The next thing we'll do is we have our cut string or yarn. I'm using yarn, and I have 5 different pieces. You'll see that at the end of my yarn, I have put big knots. This is because we don't want the yarn to come through the straws when we feed it through the straws of our robot hand. Nice big knots at the top of all 5 pieces. Our yarn is 24 inches long. I'm going to use a different color yarn for each finger. And then all of my fingers, or all of my colors, will meet at the wrist smoothie straw. And if the knotted or end of the yarn of the string comes through the fingertip straw, just use tape to secure it on the back. Here we go. We're going to start with our black. And I'm going to feed it through. I'm going to leave the big knot piece so that it is going to be at the tip of my thumb. I'm going to put my yarn through my straws, feeding it through my straws. Sometimes you might need to use a pencil to help it through, or string it back together so that it's smooth and will fit through your straw. There we go. And through here. Pull it all the way through. It'll stop because of the knot, and then we'll put it through the smoothie straw at the wrist and pull it through. Next, I'm going to use green. You can use whatever color you'd like. I am going to smooth my yarn back together there, starting at the tip of the index finger. I'm going to feed it through the straws. Take your time, there's no rush. My yarn is getting a little frayed, so I'm going to smooth it again. Oh no. Oh, that's okay. Crisis averted. My yarn got a little wonky going through that third straw. So I'm going to smooth it back out. Smoothing it back out. Oh, goodness. I'm going to cut that end off because that is just going to make a lot of problems. So we're just going to cut this off and discard it to the side. Putting our yarn back through our palm straw. And it's going to join the black yarn in the smoothie straw. Now a quick way to get them through is to pull a little of the first string out, put your next one in there, grab a hold of the first one, and then pull it through just like that. I will do that and show that to you the next fingers that we use. All right, next I'm going to use blue. Make sure my end looks good. Start feeding it through. Stringing it through my straws. Stopping if it gets a little frayed to put it back together. Oh, there we go. I lost a straw. Not a problem. If you lose a straw, like I just did, you can use your extra tape to tape it back down. Just like that. All right. Now we have to go through our palm straw, our 2 1/4 inch straw, pushing it through. Pull it through just like so. Then remember my trick from last time to help it get through the smoothie straw. I'm going to smooth the ends. I'm going to pull out these strings just a little bit from the straw, add them in together, and then pull the first 2 straws. Oh, make sure that it is not looped around another string like that one just was. Otherwise, it's not going to come through. There we go. There's our blue. 3 down, 2 to go. Our next one will be our gray yarn that we'll put through our straws. We'll just feed it through. Remember to use the loose end through the straws. And the knotted end will remain up at the top by the robot's fingertips. Oh, we've become frayed. I'm going to smooth those back together. Push it through. Sometimes it needs a little help. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, we have popped off here. Let's replace that one. We'll use a different piece of tape on this one. Just put it right back where it came from. Tape down on the palm, and then we can start back where we were. Through the palm straw, pushing it through, getting it at the end, keeping it from looping on the other straws of the hand. All right. Smoothing our frayed edges, pulling our other yarn pieces out just a bit, joining that one with the rest of the yarn and pulling it through. Four fingers down, one to go. Our last color is our red. Let's smooth our edges, put it through. All of our finger joints. Oh, smooth our edges again. There we go. Oh, we're looped. Pull it through. Knot at the top. All the way through. Oh, we're looping. There we go. Pulled it through. Pull our other 4 pieces of yarn out. Put our red piece at the beginning of the smoothie straw and help pull the red through. We have completed building our DIY robot hand. Here's how it looks. Now what you can do is you can pull the yarn individually Every finger will work for you by testing it out. You can also pull group pieces of yarn. So let's say I want to move the pinky, which is our red yarn, our ring finger, which is the gray yarn, and the thumb, which is the black yarn. I can separate those out and I can pull them and only bend those fingers. And of course it's bending my hand as well. Then if I decide I'm going to use my middle finger or tall man and my index finger, I can pull those as well. Thanks for joining me today. I hope to see you at the library soon. Goodbye.